Welcome students. So in the previous class we were preparing the cash budget, we were learning how to prepare the cash budget, and where we left in the previous class was that since it is the say quarterly budget for 3 months, that is June, July and August. So after preparing the say sales budget, sales collection budget, purchase budget and purchase disbursement budget and the other expenses budget, so we were at the cash budget and we started preparing the cash budget for the first month of the quarter, that is the month of June. And where we left in the last class was that after say showing that how much is the opening balance of the cash and then minimum cash balance required or to be kept was 25,000. So cash available for the current operations was $4,000. Then we put here the say collections from the sales, which was $376,000 and payment for the different accounts, and then finally we found out that there is now the negative balance. If you compare the say total receipts and payments in terms of cash, then there we have found it out that our payments have say you can call it as been extra more than the what we received than our collections. So we had to find out here that the net balance is, maybe if you find it out, the net cash received or dispersed, that how much was received, how much was dispersed. If you find out the difference, so we found out that this is $322,000 is the negative balance we had because we paid more and or we had to pay more, we received less. So the net balance was 322,000 or 3,22,000 negative balance. So in this balance we used this amount of how much, this is $4,000. So if you use this which is available for the current operations, so your deficit of the cash comes down from the $322,000 to $318,000. So it means now this much of the cash has to be arranged from some other source because it will not be available internally in the organization. We have to arrange it from some other sources, external sources, and from where it will be arranged, we all can understand that it will be arranged from the financing arrangement. So we will have to make the financing arrangement, and it is clearly given in the case that if there is a shortage of the cash, we can borrow it from the bank, and if there is a excess of the cash, that can be returned back to the bank or deposited in the bank, and borrowing and deposit of the cash has to be in the beginning of month. And whatever the say interest we pay on that, that has to be in the multiple of $10, and whatever the principal we return back to the bank, that has to be in the multiple of 1,000. Whether we return back to the bank or we borrow from the bank, that has to be in the multiple of $1,000. So now we have found out in the month of June that we have a negative balance of 318,000, which we have to arrange from somewhere. That is the beauty of this budget, that we know in advance before actually say starting the operations or we reach up to the operations of for the month of June. We know it in advance that when it will come the month of June, our receipts will be less, our payments will be more. So there will be a negative balance of $318,000 which we have to arrange from some source. That is why it is given in the case that the borrowing has to be in the beginning of the month. So we know it already from the budget that how much is going to be our shortfall, that is $318,000 which we have to arrange from some source, and for that we need the financing arrangements. So on the next sheet we will continue with for the month of June, and then we will come back, then we will prepare the month of budget for the month of July. We will go till the end of July. So we are continuing this particular budget, cash budget, into the two sheets. So I am going to the next sheet, but we are continuing with the month of June. We have not moved to the month of July yet. So I will finally calculate, starting with the opening balance for the month of June, I will calculate the closing balance for the month of June, that is the closing balance of the cash for the month of the June, whether it is from the internal collections or from the borrowings. Whatever the amount of the cash is left with us at the end of the month of June, that closing balance of the cash will become the opening balance for the month of July. So we have to find out the closing balance of the cash for the month of June. So I am continuing with the month of June, but on the next sheet, right. So and we will again come back to this sheet. So again I am continuing with the cash budget. So in this case we have written particular. So it means now it is the cash budget, and again we are doing the almost same thing, that is particulars, then it is again June, then it is July, and then it is August, right. These are the 3 months again. So now we are continuing with the month of June. So, what I am going to write here is, that is, now we are starting with the financing arrangements. Financing arrangements. So, financing arrangements we are going to do. What is the financing arrangement we are going to do here? Is that is something like, say for example, we have to now go for the borrowing of the cash. So, borrowing of cash from bank in the beginning of the month, and what is that month? The beginning of the month means borrowing of the cash in the beginning of the month, and that borrowing is how much we are doing? That shortfall is of $318,000 we are borrowing, right. Next column we will have to make it, that is the interest payment. Interest payment at the rate of 10%. So, since we are borrowing here in the month of June, so we are not returning anything. So, we will not be paying interest. So, I am keeping it open, but we need this column for the next month. So, I am preparing this column. So, nothing is going to be there, and then is the say total, or you can call it as the repayment of the interest, and then the repayment of principal. Repayment of principal. So, repayment of principal is also not going to be here, because we are borrowing in the month of June, in the beginning of the June. So, it means in this case we are only borrowing. So, borrowing of cash from bank in the beginning of the month 318,000. Interest payment will come only if we return any loan. In case of surplus funds available, then we will calculate the interest, and then we will return the principal also. So, we are not going to make the columns here for means we are not going to put any figures, but we have to make the columns, because in the month of July there may be surplus. So, we have to return, then we will have not to borrow, then we will put the dash here, then we will have to return because we have the surplus cash. So, we will use that surplus cash for making the payment back to the bank. So, then we will calculate the interest and the principal payment, we will put the figures here and then find out the closing cash balance, right. So, now you will write here total cash increase oblique decrease, total cash increase oblique decrease after financing. After financing. So, it means what has happened now? You put here, that is the total cash increase after financing is $318,000. So, we have calculated here, that is a $318,000 just because of borrowing we have here, and finally you have to put here as the last amount is the closing cash balance. Closing cash balance. So, how much is the closing cash balance now? The closing cash balance with us is, we are borrowing from the bank, because if you go to the previous sheet, we had a shortfall of $318,000. We went to the bank, we borrowed from the bank $318,000. We used that. So, total cash increased oblique decreased after financing $318,000. This we will use for the current month's payments. So, it means finally our total receipts plus borrowings will be equal to the payments. So, we have nothing to means nothing left as outstanding to be paid to anybody. All the payments are made partly from our own sales collections, partly from the borrowing from the bank, and finally the closing cash balance left with you is, that is only this much balance which we have kept as the minimum balance desired is $25,000. So, this is only amount which is left with us is. So, closing cash balance is how much? $25,000. This is the closing cash balance for the month of June, right. Now, again we go back and then we prepare the budget for the month of July. Now, for the month of July, again you have to fill, almost now all the columns are prepared. You have to fill the figures only for the month of July, and if you fill the figure for the month of July, so what is opening cash balance? Which is the closing cash balance for the month of June. So, closing cash balance for the month of June is $25,000. This will become as the sorry, this will become as the opening cash balance for the month of July, and this is how much? $25,000, right. Minimum cash desired is again $25,000, that we have to keep this as the minimum cash balance. So, cash available for the operations is how much? 0. There is no cash available from the say current month's opening balance. There is nothing is available because we have only $25,000. We have to keep this $25,000 for the as a minimum cash balance, as the safety stock you can say. So, nothing is available for the operations. Now, we have to look for the collections. How much collections are there for the month of July? For that, if you refer back to the sales collection schedule which we have prepared in the previous classes, from that schedule you can find out our collection for the month of July is how much? $607,000. You look at, we refer to the sales collection schedule, this amount is $607,000, and in this case we have to go for now the payments. So, what are the payment for purchases? You go for the purchase disbursement schedule, and in that case we are making the payment for purchases is 240,000 rupees. This is the payment, first payment for the purchases. Then we have to pay for the salaries, wages and commission. How much we have to pay? This amount is, this amount we are paying is 80,000 in the month of July, which is also coming from that schedule. And then how much we have to pay for the other variable expenses? Other variable expenses we have to pay at the rate of 4%, and that amount works out as how much? This works out as say 16,000, right? This amount is $16,000 we are going to pay. So, one payment we are making of $240,000, another payment we are making is of the $80,000, another payment we are making is of the $16,000. Anything we have to pay for the fixtures? No, we have not to pay anything for the fixtures now. So, fixtures is fixed expenses, yes. Now, the fixed expenses we have to pay, which is fixed all the times. We have to pay $55,000. This we are paying, and for the fixture we are not paying anything because only fixture was acquired and to be paid in the month of June, which was acquired in the month of May, and the payment for that we had to make in the month of June. So, no fixture is coming up in July. So, no payment has to be made for that, right. Now, you again total it up and try to find out. This is the one figure, that is the total collection, and these are the total payments on 4 accounts. Now, you find out the net balance, right. What I have written here is net cash received oblique disbursed. So, it means we have now, if you total it up, you will find that the net balance here is, that is $216,000. $216,000 is the positive balance now available with us. Earlier it was negative balance. Now, our collections are more and our payments are less. So, there is a positive balance of $216,000, and excess or deficit of the cash, right. Excess or deficit of the cash is how much? Again, this is the $216,000. This is excess of the cash now. I am not putting it in the bracket. Earlier it was a deficit. So, we are putting it in the bracket. Now, it is a surplus positive figure. So, it is 216,000. I have put it in the open without bracket. So, now excess is only, we have no amount available here, this is 0. So, only the surplus is 216,000, which has come in the month of July as a surplus from the sales collection, and since the payments were less, disbursement were less as compared to the collections. So, we are left with the positive balance of how much? This balance is the 216,000. Now, we continue on the next statement for the month of July, and now we have to go for the financing arrangements. Now, if you go for the financing arrangements, borrowing from the bank in the beginning of the month, we have the surplus. So, why to borrow from the bank? We are not going to borrow anything from the bank now. So, what we are going to do here in the financing arrangements? Nil. We are not going to borrow anything. But now, we have a surplus of how much? $216,000, which we can make use of for paying the loan which we have borrowed from the bank in the month of June. We have borrowed how much? $318,000, but we are not in a position to pay this entire amount of $318,000. We have only a surplus of $216,000. So, it means we can use this money, that at least whatever amount is, if there is a deficit, you borrow from the bank in any month, and if there is a surplus, you deposit in the bank, so that this borrowing and lending goes on and the business operations are smooth. So, we will have to use this 216,000 for paying part of the borrowing which we made in the previous month, right. So, in this case, the condition is that when you return the principal back to the bank, you have to bifurcate it into two parts. Whatever the surplus available, 216,000, you cannot pay as a principal, you have to bifurcate into two parts, and you have to bifurcate in such a matter that interest in the multiple of rupees or $10 and the principal in the multiple of $1000 can be paid back, and if any amount is left, that will be added into the closing balance. Now, we have a $216,000 surplus. We have to use here now the trial and error method, and with the help of trial and error method, we will have to find out that what could be the two best figures. What could be the two best figures which can means very perfectly divide this total surplus into the principal payment and the interest payment. And after this trial and error, we have found out is that if you pay the principal amount of how much out of $216,000, if $212,000 are paid as principal amount, right, then on this amount for a period of how many months? 2 months. We have borrowed $318,000. Out of that, we are in a position now in the month of July to return $212,000. So, it means we have to pay on this amount of $212,000, which we use for how many months? 2 months, June and July. So, we have to return this along with the interest, and how much interest it works out for the period of 2 months at the rate of 10%. This amount roughly rounded off figure works out as $3530 is the interest payment, and how much we are paying as a principal? 212,000. So, this total amount works out as how much? Because these are the payments, so we are putting it in the say bracket. So, it means how much is the total amount we are paying? Total cash increase or decrease after financing. So, it means whatever the total amount we are paying, decrease is how much is? Decrease means paying back to the bank, increase means borrowing from the bank. So, how much is this amount? This amount works out as 215,530 or 2,15,530 rupees, which we have paid back to the bank, where 2,12,000 is the principal amount and 3,530 is the interest. So, total amount works as say 2,15,530 rupees, which we are returning back to the bank, right. So, from this figure of 318,000 borrowings, we have returned by the end of July 2,12,000 rupees. So, the balance of 1,06,000 is left in the month of August. Now, we have to find out the lastly in the month of July what is the closing cash balance. Closing cash balance is how much? Let us go back. This one amount 25,000 will be carried forward. So, it will become here 25,000 plus out of this 216,000, how much we had the surplus? 216,000. How much we utilized for paying back to the bank as a principal and interest? 215,530. 2,15,530 be used. So, it means from this amount of 2,16,470 rupees are left with us. We cannot use that because we have to pay to the bank in the multiple of thousands. So, it means after paying 212,000 and the interest on that, we are left with 470 rupees or $70 that will be added back here. So, your closing cash balance will be how much? 25,470. So, this is the closing cash balance for the month of July. This is the closing cash balance for the month of July. Clear? Now, we go back and again prepare the budget for the month of August. If you prepare the budget for the month of August, so what is now the opening balance here? Closing balance for the month of July is how much? $25,470,000, and this will become now the opening balance for the month of August. This is $25,470. $25,470 is the opening balance. Then minimum cash balance we have to keep is that is 25,000, right. So, now cash available for the operations is how much? $470,000 cash available for the operations. This is available. In the first month $4,000 were available after keeping 25,000 as the safety stock of the cash. July we have nothing, 0, because opening balance was just equal to the safety stock, and in the month of August your opening balance is 25,470, which is more by 470, which is more than the safety balance of 25,000. So, it means now we have this amount is $470 are available with us as a amount of the cash available for the operations. So, we will see how we can utilize this amount. Now, let us go for this again, same thing we are continuing, cash receipts / disbursements. Now, the receipts for the month of August is how much? If you look at the receipts for the month of August is, go back to the sales collection schedule. This amount works out as how much? $454,000. $454,000. This is the sales collection for the month of August or during the month of August. How much payments we are going to make? That is for the material. Again 2,40,000 we are going to pay, right. And on case of this expenses, same figures, 80,000, because sales figure is same, so it means they have to be calculated in proportion to the sales. And finally, how much we are going to pay here? This is 16,000, right. And then on account of the fixed expenses, again the same thing we are going to pay, that is $55,000. Fixture is just nothing, we are not having any fixture in month of July or in the month of August, so no payment for that. So again you have to find out now the net cash received oblique disbursed. What is the net balance? Whether the receipts are more or the disbursements are the more, or what is the net balance? If you find out this net balance here, you will find out that if you see, these are the total collections and these 4 are the total payments. If you total up the total payments and subtract it from the total collections of the $454,000, this amount works out as how much? This amount works out as $63,000, which is again a positive balance. In this month also we have a surplus of how much? $63,000. This is the positive balance available with us in this month. $63,000 is the positive balance available with us. So it means now how much is the total amount available? We have this amount of $470 available for operations, plus we have got surplus of 63,000, which is surplus of collections over payments, collections over disbursements. So now the total amount available with us is $63,470, which can be used for the repayment of the balance of the loan. So now what is the balance of the loan available with us now? How much that balance is available? That loan available with us is, you can use, say this is the total amount is, that is the excess of the excess oblique deficit of the cash is $63,470, right. Let us go to the next statement, continue with the for the month of August, and let us talk about the financing arrangements. If you talk about the financing arrangements, first part is borrowing. We have a surplus, so no need to borrow. We can use this to pay the remaining balance of the loan. So how much is the total amount available? Borrowing is nil. Again, like the month of July, we are not going to borrow anything for the month of August. But we have this amount of $63,470, which we can utilize for making the payment of the balance of the loan. So again you have to use the trial and error method, that out of the total $63,470, how much can be paid as principal back to the bank and how much can be used out of that amount as the interest to be paid along with that principal. So after the trial and error method, if you calculate the total amount, if you take it, say for example we pay a principal of how much? 61,000. We are paying it back to the bank, 61,000 out of $63,000 of the surplus. We use $61,000 to pay back to the bank to adjust the remaining loan of the $106,000. So at least 61,000 more we will return back to the bank, so the balance will be left, right. Now 61,000 if we are returning as principal, then on this 61,000 how much principal interest will work out at the rate of 10%, and that interest if you work out at the rate of 10% on an amount of 61,000 rupees for a period of 3 months, that amount works out as how much? Rounded off figure is, that is 1530. This is $1530. So we are returning this as the interest, and this amount we are returning as the principal. So total amount out of the 63,000 utilized is 62,530. So it means 62,530 total cash increase or decrease. It is a decrease now, we are returning it back. This works out as $62,530. $62,530 we have returned back to the bank along with the principal of 61,000 and interest of the 1,530. So the closing cash balance is how much? From this 63,000 we are left with some amount, and that amount is how much? 470, right. And how much is there with us? This amount is 470, it is also not utilized anywhere. So, it means 470 plus 470 plus 25,000, how much works it works out as? The closing cash balance will work out as 25,940. This is your closing cash balance for the month of August. 25,940 is the closing cash balance for the month of August. So, this is how we prepare the cash budget for the 3 months. Quarterly budget you can say, or the 3 months in this quarter, June, July, August, we had to prepare, means the total budget, means ultimate purpose is, I talked to you that we can prepare 2 types of the budget, or the master budget has the 2 components. One component is the operating budget, second component is the financial budget. Operating budget, the end of the operating budget, means beginning of the operating budget is with the sales forecasting, means assessing the sales we are going to make in the market. Then we prepare the respective schedules, sales schedule, then sales collection schedule, purchases schedule, purchase disbursement, other expenses schedule, and the end of the operating budget is the income statement or the budgeted profit and loss account. This is budgeted profit and loss account for the quarter as a whole for the 3 months together. And the end of the financial budget is budgeted balance sheet. So, and for the financial budget you have to prepare 2 statements. One is the cash budget which we have prepared, and the second part will be, that is the end of the financial budget will be the budgeted balance sheet which we will be preparing. But first we will prepare the budgeted operating statement sorry, budgeted income statement or the budgeted profit and loss account, and this will be the end of the operating budget. After that I will prepare for this problem, this case, the budgeted balance sheet which will be the end of the financial budget. So, by preparing the budgeted profit and loss account or budgeted income statement and the budgeted balance sheet, we will be ready with the complete budget, master budget for this quarter of 3 months, that is for the month of June, July and August, right. So, till now we learned how to prepare different schedules and the cash budget. Now, the next part we will start with this, that is the preparation of the budgeted income statement. Budgeted income statement. So, this is the budgeted income statement. Or you can call it as budgeted profit and loss account. I am preparing it in the T format for the easy understanding. You can prepare in the vertical order also, means these days we are preparing in the vertical orders, but if I prepare in the T format, it will be very easy for you to understand. So, we will prepare first the format of this budgeted income statement, and the format of budgeted income statement is something like this. This is the format, simply T format, you must be seeing it. Though normally we prepare these days in the vertical format, but I am preparing in the T format because it will help us to understand the things in the better possible way, right. So, this is the budgeted income statement. Budgeted income statement has 2 components. Upper part is called as the trading account and the lower part is called as the profit and loss account. It has the columns like this. This is the particulars. This is the amount. Again it is particulars, and this is the amount. This column is called as debit column, DR, and this column is called as the credit column, which we signify with the help of CR, that is the credit. So, these are the 2 columns, and we have to prepare now we have to fill these. One is the debit side. Debit side takes into account all the expenses and losses, and credit side takes into account all incomes and gains, and then we try to find out the difference between this side and this side, and then we try to find out if the income is more than the expenses. So, the difference is known as the profit, but if the expenses are more than the income, means debit side is bigger than the credit side. So, the net balance is the loss, but that loss is not calculated directly. We calculate that loss or profit into 2 steps. First step is preparing the upper part, trading account of the income statement. By preparing the trading account of the income statement, what we do is we prepare we take on the one side sales, that is the income revenue of the firm, and that is directly from the sales. On the other side, we take the direct expenses, 3 direct expenses, that is expenses on account of material, labor and other expenses, and then we calculate the balance, and that balance is called as the gross profit. But that gross profit is not the final profit. From that gross profit, you have to say subtract some other expenses also, which are called as indirect expenses, and then you have to add some indirect incomes also, and finally then you have to again balance the lower part, and then it will be called as the final profit available at the end of that quarter, which you can call it as the available profit for the firm. It can be called as a divisible profit, it can be called as a net profit, or it can be called as a net operating profit, but before tax. We are not until unless you say calculate the tax payable on that, because every profit, corporate profit, is subject to the tax to be paid to the government. So, we are not given any information with regard to the tax here in this case. So, we will calculate only the net operating profit before tax, and that will be the net result of this statement. That statement is called as the budgeted income statement or the budgeted profit and loss account. So, I am preparing this format here, and now stopping here, and in the next class we will fill up all these items here from the total, say the whatever the information we have generated till now in the different schedules, in the say different you can call it as the information given in the case, and that information will be brought here, and then we will try to find out that at the end of this quarter we are ending up, or we end up as a total balance as a net profit or the net loss. So, that income statement we will prepare in the next class. Thank you very much.